Good afternoon and welcome to A Walk With Him. We are inside today, which I'm actually rather excited about. I want to speak to you guys about expectation, about the expectations that we place on ourselves, the expectations that others place on us, and how that then affects our journeys moving forward. There's always expectations placed on us. When you're a baby, you're expected to talk at a certain time, to walk at a certain time. You go to nursery and they expect you to behave in a particular way as you go through school. You're expected to meet benchmarks, academic benchmarks. And so what happens is those expectations then become intertwined with what it is that you want for yourself. And the two merge and become one. And then you kind of get to my stage in life. I've achieved it. I've made it. I've gotten what I was supposed to get by this stage in life. But it doesn't quite feel right. And so I'm asking myself the questions, okay, Kadeen, what do you want? Where do you want to be? What do you want life to look like? And as I start to explore that, I stop and say, actually, no, I'm not going to do that because I've been doing that and given myself answers and ran towards those goals. And this is where I am. So what do I do now? The mobile phone was originally created to do one thing, to make phone calls. But over the years, technology has meant that that's developed. So we had bricks, we had the 8210. They've gotten bigger, they've gotten smaller. So now you can make phone calls, you can send text messages, download MP3s. Do you remember? You could actually download music onto your phone. Then you could take pictures, make videos. And so the capacity of the mobile phone has extended. And it can do all of these wonderful things, but now your phone, whether that be iPhone or Android, and we're not going to have that discussion now, but your phone doesn't have the ability to have a day-long lifespan anymore because of all of the other things that it's doing. It feels washed out, it feels burnt out, and you have to walk with a power pack to make sure that it can make it through the day because it has lost focus for its original function and is utilizing its capacity to do all of these other things. Ultimately, it then diminishes its capacity to do the original thing that it was created to do. And I feel like sometimes that happens with us. We take on the expectations of other people, we grow, we develop, we learn that we have the capacity to do other things, and we lose sight of that original function and we lose direction, and then ultimately we lose contentment and we lose fulfillment. But when Jesus met the disciples, he met them where they were, fulfilling their function but directing it in the wrong place. And there was something about that interaction that they had that let them know that actually if I drop what I'm doing and use my original function to follow in the direction that Jesus is going, I'll find contentment, I'll find fulfillment, I'll find that feeling that I've been looking for. Andrew, Peter, Simon, they were all fishermen. Matthew was a tax collector, and Jesus met them and said, listen, stop doing all of that. Come, follow me, and I will teach you to be a fisher of men. And they dropped everything because there was something about that interaction that let them know that if they followed him, that they would get what they were looking for. And they did. Simon had been fishing all night when he met Jesus, but Jesus instructed him to put his net down again. Sometimes when you can't find that fulfillment, you want to throw it all away. You want to throw everything away and start all over again. No, go back to your original function. Sometimes you've got to go back to ground zero and allow Jesus to lead the direction of that net. And consider if you have given the direction of that function to Jesus, or if you're just adding all of these other capabilities to it just because you can and then underperforming. Do you know what I mean? So yeah, give God your first fruit once a day, once a week, once a month, however you want to do it, and I'll see you next time on A Walk With Him. So please guys, like this video, share this video, comment on this video, subscribe to my channel Kadeen Fairweather on YouTube. You can follow me on Instagram, so that's MSKAY_AAY. My Twitter is exactly the same.